Okay, so good evening once again. By the way, my name is Pior and you're still watching my video presentation, and we're going to talk about stem cell therapy, okay, or what we call as Purtier Placenta. So before we start, I'm going to share my short story before I joined RIWAY International. So by the way, I was a former real estate agent at the same time managing my team, and then eventually I look into this company which is called RIWAY, and then finally I become a member and a full-time distributor of this company. So the name of the company, ladies and gentlemen, is RIWAY International. So the company started last 2008 in Singapore. Okay, so yeah, so Singapore. So they started in Singapore, and eventually they opened another country, which is Malaysia, and then soon they opened Taiwan, China, and then other countries, Asian countries, and then also they opened Philippines last 2016 in MOA compound, and then they also opened Davao, no, which is here in the Philippines as well. So they opened last August 2018, and then they also opened Iloilo and Cebu last August of 2019. Okay, so after that, they opened Japan, Myanmar, Denmark, Czech Republic. So total of 12 countries as of the moment that they have their offices here in these countries. Sooner or later, they're going to open another country, which is located in Europe, and maybe we don't know if they are going to open US. Okay, so there are these are the offices that we have in here in the Philippines. So the upper picture is for Davao, and the lower picture is for Manila. Sorry. So the other offices in Iloilo and Cebu, we don't have the picture, but they are already operational. Okay. So this short video is talking more about the more of the event of the company. Now, these people are representing the company itself, and they are really what you call this into advocating the beauty of this therapy and also helping other people not just only recover from their illness but also reach their dreams in life. So like me, I was also part of this one of these events that they have. Then I was being awarded as a Diamond 2 star. Okay. So as you can see, we are really wearing this kind of attire because we want to represent the company as its best. Okay. Because we wanted to make sure that we really represent the company. Okay. That's why we keep on wearing this RIWAY attire. Okay. Let's skip that video. So the main reason why we are here in this video presentation because we want to talk about health. Okay, so um, I'm sure you're familiar with this World Health Organization. Basically, it's an agency composed of different countries that representing the concerns of our health, worldwide. So this is an organization, this organization is talking about these top 10 killers. Okay, so number one, they based on their category, we have heart disease. So it means to say, based on the developing countries that currently is being categorized, at least 54% of the total population, for example, in the Philippines, will have these diseases if they don't have any option, to survive, in their life concerning these diseases, or they don't have any option to answer this health concern that we have right now. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that this problem when it comes to health is, I think this is the number one problem. Okay, I believe that because right now, especially right now, we are experiencing this, very difficult problem, not just in health but also in economic situation natin. So what I'm trying to say is that if we are having this problem when it comes to our health, we cannot solve other problems that we have. So meaning to say, if you're going to solve this problem, this health problem, we're going to move forward to other problems that we have right now, especially when you talk about financial capabilities. Okay? So there are a lot of business right now who close because of this health concern. Okay? So not just pandemic, not just COVID. We're not just talking about COVID, but all of these things that the World Health Organization gives us. These are what we call a long-term problem that we are experiencing. So again, that's number one, heart disease, and number two is stroke. Okay, so I think all of us are familiar with this. And number three is Alzheimer, or what we call as dementia. Okay, and then number four is lung cancer. Number five is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And number six is lower respiratory infections. And number seven is colon cancer. Number eight is diabetes. Okay, especially here in the Philippines because we love to eat rice, right? So we have this only rice in every area, in every corner of our streets because we really love to eat rice. Okay, so because of that, we know that the carbohydrates will be converted into sugar. Okay, so because of that, we experience this one of these diseases, which is diabetes, and also the kidney disease and breast cancer. Okay, so what is the what are the main causes, okay, or the leading causes why we experience these diseases? Number one is because of the aging population, because we all know that as we age, right, the cells inside our body will stop on regenerating, especially when we reach the age of 50. Okay, so that's based on science. And then number two, because of the wrong diet. Because for example, if we keep on eating outside, especially outside, like for example, we eat in restaurant, okay, so we don't know if it's healthy. Okay, and then sometimes we eat more than what is usual, so that's the wrong diet. And then number three is because of the inevitable stress, right? So we experience like we have this responsibility to pay for our bills, okay, and other personal problems. Yeah. So because of this, we experience stress. Okay, especially in pandemic. For example, we don't know how to begin our life. For example, if you don't have work right now or your business is closed, so you don't have any option. So how can you sustain your living? So it's one of the uh, stressful factors we experience. And then number four, or the last one, is we talk about pollution. Okay, so experience pollution, like for example, if noise pollution, we experience air pollution and other kind of pollution we experience. So these are what we call as leading causes of this deadly illness, and it has reached a bottleneck crisis in today's medical science. It's very true. It is very challenging for every scientist that we have, not just here in the Philippines, but also abroad. Okay? And until now, we still don't have a vaccine for this COVID, for this virus. Okay? And we are really considering it's one of the important factor or important, should I say, solution that we're going to consider is this stem cell therapy. Okay? So, right now, I'm going to show you this slide is for our therapy. Okay? So, this is what we call as Purtier Placenta 6th edition made in New Zealand. Okay? So, why 6th edition? Because we came from a first edition, second edition, third edition, fourth edition, fifth edition, and finally we have this latest edition, which is sixth edition. So we keep on upgrading our therapy, and I have to emphasize this: for the past almost 10, 13 years of having this therapy, we don't extend, or we don't offer any new price. So we don't have a price increase. Okay, so from 2008 up until present, we still have the same price. Okay, so why pure tier? What is the meaning of this? So pure tier stands for purity of the deer. And why we choose New Zealand? because New Zealand is the cleanest country worldwide. And this country has this what we call this a advanced technology that is that is only fitted for stem cell therapy. Okay, so this is the only laboratory who passed the standards in having this process to produce stem cell. And we also considering this therapy as answer to reverse aging because we have a lot of testimonies that experience reverse aging. At least you will experience, if you take this therapy, you will experience 5 to 10 years younger than your current feeling, no, of being a, for example, if you are currently 60 years old right now and you want to bring back your, let's say you want to feel when you are when you are age 50, you want to feel it again. Okay, your activity before, no, 10 years before you became 60 years old. So it's possible. Okay, so we have a lot of testimonies that we can show you. Okay, so right now we're going to answer how we discover this stem cell therapy. Okay, so first, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but I hope you're familiar. Um, it started with a sperm cell. Okay, so sperm cell is for the man. Okay, and then for the male is sperm, and then the female is what we call as egg cell. Okay, or ovum. So when this sperm cell and egg cell combines, it becomes a single stem cell. Okay, so this is just a short briefing, no, briefing or short idea what is stem cell. And then from there, from the single stem cell, it will create another form of stem cell. Okay, within 24 hours, it will duplicate. It means to say they keep on evolving. No? So there is an evolution. And then right after that duplication, it will um, form into a blastocyst within 48 hours. And then from the blastocyst, after 3 to 4 months, it becomes another form of stem cells, which are liver stem cell, intestinal stem cell, heart stem cell, nerve stem cell, lung stem cell, up to 300 different types of stem cells. And finally, after 9 months, it becomes a baby. So what we are trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, is that we came from a single stem cell. Okay? So just basic form, no? So it means, for example, if you have a certain disease, a certain problem when it comes to your health, the only thing or the only tool that can address that health concern is only stem cell, not other type of medicine. Because, once again, I'm going to say it again, that we came from a single stem cell. We're not coming from a chemical-based medicine. We came from a single stem cell. For example, if you have a table right now in your house, and then suddenly that table is broken, okay? So the type of table that you have is wood, no, the material. So it means if you're going to repair the table, if you want to repair, well, to bring back the original form, you have to use what? Of course, wood, because it's made of wood. So same with us. If we are saying that we are made up of cells, we are made up of stem cells, the only material that can bring us back to our original form is also stem cell. Okay? So we are also categorizing, or we also categorize stem cell as most basic form of all living things. So not just as human beings, but also plants and animals are made up of stem cell. Okay, so we also consider that this stem cell has its unlimited possibilities of treatment boundaries, because up until now, we still don't know the other function that can be addressed through stem cell therapy. So we have a lot of testimonies already, different kind of illness, especially those top 10 killers that I mentioned a while ago, already addressed because of stem cell therapy. And number 3 is it has miraculous abilities, because this is the very first time that you're going to know that this particular stem cell can address these top 10 killers and can also be an answer to reverse aging. Okay? So right now, we have a lot of options that we can choose in order to take this stem cell therapy. So number one is what we call as placenta injection. So it is very expensive because you have to travel to Switzerland from Philippines, for example. So you have to travel to get this therapy. And then number two is you have to spend at least 1.2 million to 1.5 million per session. And the minimum sessions that you're going to take in order to address your health concerns or in order to address the reverse aging is at least 6 sessions. So just multiply 1.2 to 1.5 times 6. So that will be your total cost. So it means if you don't have any millions in your bank right now, better don't take this as an option. Okay? So the only people that can afford this is only people who are celebrities, like for example Kobe Bryant, or here in the Philippines, all those politicians that we know, for example, Juan Ponce Enrile, Era Estrada. These are the people who really take this therapy because they can afford to have this. Okay, the second one is we have also placenta injection, but in the beauty salon. So it's not safe to take this because they are non-professional. They don't have a license. And of course, the safety concern. Okay, if you take this and they are not licensed, what will happen to you? Instead, you are having this reverse aging, what will happen to you? What will happen to your face? Okay, if you're going to take this. So I'm not advising you to take this therapy. And then the third one is what we call as stem cell transplant. Okay, if you have a problem in your area, no, in particular area of your kidney, for example. So in the left kidney you have a problem, and then your right kidney has no problem. So that right kidney, we're going to extract a stem cell from there, and we're going to transfer it to the left kidney that has a problem. So the only question is questionable factor that we are going to consider is it's very expensive because you are going to spend at least 800,000 pesos to have this therapy or procedure. And then number two is very painful because on the process, you have to consider that's very painful because you don't have to, or you're not going to use a anesthesia on the process. So it's very painful because if you're going to use anesthesia, the stem cell will die on the process. Okay, and then the fourth one is what we call as healthy lifestyle. Okay, so what you're going to do, this is free, for example, no? You're going to do is you have to exercise 15 to 30 minutes every day. Okay, and the number two is you have to drink 8 glasses of water a day. And number three is you have to eat healthy foods. And then number four is it should be no stress. You don't have to engage in any stressful factors. And the number five is it should be no pollution in your area. So it's very ideal. Okay, so it's not effective because it's not achievable. So number five is what we call as cord blood banking. So what we're going to do is when the mother, born this baby, for example, so the umbilical cord coming from the baby we're going to get a stem cell through what we call as cord blood banking. Okay, so for at least 20 years time, it keeps the stem cell live. Okay, so you're going to spend at least 500,000 pesos to do this procedure. And for example, if there's nothing happened to your baby, no, there's no illness after 20 years, it will not be useful at all. So if there are illness from your baby or from you as a mother, so you're going to use this. Or if you're going to use this as a reverse aging, it's okay, but it's also expensive. Okay, and there has a time limit, which is 20 years. And then number 6, the last one, is what we call as adult stem cell banking. So what we're going to do is we're going to extract from your bone marrow a stem cell, and then we're going to inject it into your organ that has a problem. So again, it's still expensive because it will cost you 800,000, and it's too late because you're too adult to have this procedure. So the question now, is there any convenient, effective, and affordable way? So that's why we are here. Now we watch this video to talk about other option, which is convenient, effective, and affordable. Okay, so this technology right now, this technology is what we are using, okay, to have this affordable, effective, and convenient. Okay, so number 1 is what we call as freeze drying technology. So what we're going to do is from that deer placenta, we're going to extract a stem cell, and we're going to store it from this freeze drying technology. At least 3 to 4 years time, it keeps the stem cell live. Okay, and then number 2 is what we call as nitrogen fill technology. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace the oxygen into a nitrogen, because if there's an existence of oxygen, it will let the stem cell rancid, or it will let the stem cell die on the process, because it will absorb, or it will create a bacteria inside the stem cell. So we're not going to let that happen. So we're going to remove the oxygen and replace it with nitrogen. And then the third one is what we call as enteric-coated technology. So what you're going to do is, because of the capsule is very special form, so it will not easily destroyed in the stomach when you take this therapy. So it will just absorb by your small intestine. At least 60 to 80% of the content of the capsule will be absorbed by your body, because it will dissolve in your small intestine. Okay, so withstand stomach acid, designed to dissolve in intestine, maximizing absorption. So that's the definition. And then the fourth one is the emulsification technology. So what this technology do, so it allows the larger molecules to be absorbed by your body, no, from the small intestine to different parts of your organs. And then lastly is the biosoft-gel technology. So it means to say that because the capsule is soft gel, it will just penetrate directly to your small intestine, so that it will easily be absorbed by your body. Okay? So these are our 12 ingredients combined into one capsule. So not because we are talking about stem cell, the only product that we have is only their placenta. No, because we keep on upgrading our product. So that's why we have these 12 ingredients. No, as time goes by, we're more than 13 years in the business, but we only have one product. It's because of this, because of the evolution of this therapy. Okay, so the question now is this therapy, or is Purtier Placenta safe to take? Okay, so that's why we are having these certifications for you to know that this therapy is really safe. So number 1 is we have this international free sale certification. And then number 2, we have this New Zealand GMP certification based on the main facility of the Alpha Laboratories and the research plant. And we also have New Zealand food safety certification. So why we have this from New Zealand? Because our manufacturer is from New Zealand. And we also have in Singapore, because our company is based in Singapore. So we have this Singapore General Hospital Safety Test Certification, and also Singapore HSA Safety Certification. And finally, we have this Federation of Islamic Association of New Zealand. We are International Halal Certification. We have this certification. So it's okay for our Muslims and brothers and sisters to take this therapy. And we are also, by the way, we are also licensed in FDA here in the Philippines. Okay, so it's really safe to take. Okay, so question now is, how are you going to take this therapy? What is the process? The normal process. So in the morning, all you have to do is to take 2 capsules, okay? At least 1 hour or 30 minutes before you eat your breakfast. And then in the evening, you have to take again 2 capsules before you sleep, at least 1 hour or 30 minutes. And then the second month, you have to take just 1 capsule. No, it's the same before breakfast, at least 1 hour to 30 minutes, and in the evening, 1 hour to 30 minutes before you sleep. So on and so forth. So you're going to take a total of 7 bottles. So it's a 6 months therapy. Okay. So right now, I'm going to show you the video. So how this product or this stem cell therapy evolves. So from the first edition, second edition, and the third edition. Okay, so as you can see, we keep on changing our packaging for the bottle because we keep on upgrading the inside, the ingredients that we have. So finally, we launched this 6th edition last July of 2018. Okay, 2 years ago, to show you to have this perfection in answering your health concerns. So it's a holistic approach. Okay. So we're going to skip that video. So right now, what I'm going to show you is the different testimonies that we have. So first is with Mr. Raymond Tong. He is already 53 years old back then. So he survived these 4 episodes of heart attack. So before, he used to be like this in this first picture because they have this problem in their business. So after a few months, they experience a bankruptcy in their business. So it means they have no business in this time. So in that picture, the second picture is he experienced to have this critical control unit, and he is hospitalized 4 times in 8 years. So after having this therapy, now which is resulted to 7 months therapy, the problem of Mr. Raymond Tong being addressed, the heart problem, and also the the outside problem, which is it reverses the aging process of Mr. Raymond Tong. So you can see in the third picture. So right now is already a full-time distributor of RIWAY International, doing this advocacy worldwide. Okay, so this one, the second testimony is coming from Mr. David Yu. So Mr. David Yu experienced this diabetes for 22 years before taking our therapy. So he used to have this 4 insulin injections a day. Okay, and then as you can see in the first picture, he is almost blind because of the sugar level and experiences this skin pigmentation because of the insulin. So after 6 months, as you can see in the second picture, he looks like younger, okay, rather than the first picture. And if you're going to see this third picture, he's one of our Team Supreme Pegasus 7. Okay, so he's a Singaporean. If I'm going to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, what age can you figure, if you're going to figure it out? Can you guess what age is Mr. David Yu in that picture? Maybe you will say he's just like 30 or 40 years old. But no, he's already 59 years old in that picture. Okay? So the third testimony that we have is from Sheherazade Balsomo from Davao City, here in our city. She is 69 years old, and she has this tumor or thyroid problem since 2014. Okay, so after taking our therapy, after 6 months, so the thyroid or the tumor already gone, and she also experienced reverse aging. Okay, so the next testimony is also coming from Davao City. So coming from Miss Amina Janet Datukan. She has this severe bronchial asthma since childhood. Imagine, she's hospitalized every quarter since childhood. So she has this maintenance medicine, and she have to take this maintenance medicine every day. So like for example, steroids, antihistamine, anti-asthma, etc. But after 6 months of taking this Purtier Placenta, this therapy, she recovered from that illness. And the doctor said she no longer have to take her maintenance medicine. More than half of her maintenance medicine, the doctor suggested it. She no longer need this maintenance medicine because she already recovered from that severe bronchial asthma. Okay, and then she also reversed her aging process because of this therapy. And we also have Mr. Patosa. His problem is COPD. Okay, so the his son said that the lifestyle of this man, his father, is he usually smoke cigarettes. So he's a chain smoker back then. Then because of that, he experienced that this illness, which is COPD. But after taking 6 months therapy, he also recovered from that illness. And right now, he's very healthy. No, for example, if you're going to compare his past situation, his past health situation, and then right now, there's a big changes that happened. And of course, he's no longer need to go to hospital to have a checkup because he's already okay. Okay, and then this next ceremony is coming from Miss Belenda Dabi or Mrs. Belenda Dabi. She's a former nursing aide from US. So 7 years she is suffering this disease, which is high blood pressure, and she is stroke, half body paralyzed. So when she arrived here in the Philippines from US, the daughter of this Miss Belanda Rabi didn't know that she has this illness. Okay, so when she finally decided to take Purtier Placenta, she already recovered after 6 months. Okay, so from having this wheelchair, right now she can walk on her own because of Purtier Placenta. And then we also have this Nona Aquino, 40 years old from Davao City. So after that chemotherapy that she took, so there's still a tumor marking, okay, which is 13.5%, if I can remember that right. So after 2 months of taking the Purtier Placenta, it downgraded to 4.2%. And then finally, after 6 months, she recovered from cancer, from her uh, from her condition, which is stage 1C ovarian cancer. So she's very thankful to have this opportunity to take this therapy, and she's still advocating this therapy up until this moment. Okay, and then we also have the final. I think this is the final testimony that we have is from Miss Menchi Ann. She is from Leyte, 47 years old. So she's being diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer in December 2016. So instead of having this chemotherapy that the doctor's advice, based on the doctor's advice, she decided not to take the chemotherapy. Instead, she took the food supplements that are being endorsed to her. And then finally, someone decided to endorse Purtier Placenta to her. And then she took 6 capsules of Purtier Placenta since January 5 of 2017. Then after that, after 6 months of taking, she's now cancer-free. Okay? So to cut it short, because I already talked to this woman last December of 2018, I really spoke to her and really asked her if it's really true. So she said it's true, and she has this laboratory results from before she took the Purtier Placenta and then after. Okay, so another one. So we still have another one he's from Davao as well. So his condition is a brain tumor. So the doctor said that he should take this operation, but she disagreed to the operation. Instead, he took the 6 months therapy of Purtier Placenta. So finally, after 7 months, he extended for another 1 month of taking this therapy. Then the doctor said, when he go back to that doctor, the doctor said is he has no longer this brain tumor. So there's no need for him to take that operation because he already recovered from that illness because of Purtier Placenta. Okay? So as you can see, it's also reverse this aging process. Okay? So I think that's the end of my presentation. So I hope you understand well this presentation, even though it's English. So I really tried to speak in English because there are people who cannot understand Filipino or Visaya version of our presentation. So if you have more questions, kindly um, just comment down below in our YouTube channel or directly message us through our Facebook page and through my Facebook account. So once again, this is Louis Pior and you're watching my video presentation talking about stem cell therapy or Purtier Placenta. Thank you.